Mistake number one, not turning your business into a tax-deductible gold mine. So question for everyone, because there is a common misconception. Who has a higher tax rate? Your regular LLC business owner or a W-2 employee? I'm going to put a poll for everyone to answer this. Okay. Who has a higher tax rate? W-2 employee or your business owner, like your typical LLC, sole proprietor business owner? Any idea who pays a higher tax rate? Okay. Everyone is saying W-2 employees. This is why I wanted to do this poll. So business owners, LLC, sole proprietor owners are actually paying a higher tax rate. Okay, now someone answered, oh, okay, now people are transferring to business. Okay, so why is that? Why do they pay a higher tax rate? Because they must, as you're a self-employed individual, right? You are your employer and your employee all at the same time. So you actually have to cover the employee portion of payroll tax and the employer portion of payroll tax. So you're paying double the amount of payroll tax compared to your as if you were an employee. Because when you're an employee, your employer is covering half of that for you. So a lot of people don't actually understand that. So you might say, okay, Alex, well, then why did I become a business owner? I thought I was going to be saving on taxes. So let me explain, because there is a hidden advantage. Although LLCs have a higher tax rate, there are two ways to mitigate this. Number one, optimizing your entity structure. So you may legally be an LLC, but there are way more advantageous ways to be taxed. Just helped a guy save $70,000 yesterday on a phone call because of this exact problem. Number two, capturing ordinary and necessary expenses in the pursuit of income. Even if you're a real estate agent, if you get a 1099 and you are technically, your own business owner, you can deduct reasonable expenses towards the pursuit of income. That is the key advantage, because you're taxed on that net amount. You're not taxed on the total revenue. So if we can capture those additional deductions, it's going to push down the profitability in the overall tax that you're going to be paying, even though you're at a higher rate. Does that make sense to everyone? Type a yes in the chat if that kind of makes sense the way I explained it. We're going to dive a little bit deeper just so you can see a visual on this. Okay. First, let's talk about S corporations. This is massive. If you're running a business that produced at least $50,000 in profit, and let me move to the next slide after this, $50,000 in profit, I need you to note down right now to ask your accountant, have I decided to elect to be taxed as an S corporation? Let me move to the slide now. Okay. 50,000, that's the threshold. Net income, not revenue, net income. Why is this so important? S corps are one of the most powerful entity structures that exist for most businesses. Then that magic threshold is that 50K. So this slide has a lot of numbers and arrows going on, but it's very simple. This is one main takeaway that I want you to understand from this. You can see on the left, your normal LLC is going to pay $22,950 in self-employment tax on 150K in net profit. Okay, that's example one. Scenario two on the right-hand side, if your LLC elects to be taxed as an S corporation, that same exact $150,000 in profit is now paying $6,120 in self-employment tax. That is a that's a $16,830 difference. And remember, this happens year after year. This isn't a one-time thing. This is every single year. So that's exactly the scenario that I helped this individual save $72,000, because he was filing the wrong way for the past 3 years. And by the way, you can retroactively go back to 3 years and change the filing status to an S corporation. So massive, massive amount. And people just don't know this, that $50,000 threshold. The one guy I talked to yesterday, his CPA told him you need to make $1 million in revenue for it to make sense. And I was like, that's completely inaccurate. This guy was missing out. If we didn't catch it, he's overpaying almost $100,000 to the IRS year after year after year. Okay. So again, note down if you're over that 50K. Let me check the chat if there's anything else that came up.